Oh. Oh, okay. Maybe I should keep talking about these things. This isn't professional reporting, so don't expect it to be good. It's me again, AJ, with another video. This time, once again, talking about even more Jakks Pacific figures that are on the horizon. So recently, we've gotten product images of the second wave of the Jakks Pacific articulated Sonic line, which includes two new figures, Knuckles and Metal Sonic. So I just wanted to break it down for you guys and let's just have a look at them. You know, Knuckles looks pretty par for the course. Probably the exact same thing as Tails when it comes to articulation. I mean, it's hard to say now because the figures aren't out, but he looks great sculpt-wise, paint-wise, and the articulation is going to be about what you expect. His head probably doesn't have any articulation though, because like every other Knuckles figures, those dreads just get in the way. And his accessory, which I never mentioned in my previous review of the figures, I didn't mention any of their accessories because, you know, professionalism. He comes with the Master Emerald, which is great, because the only other figure that did that, to my knowledge, was the Jazzwares one, and it's good to have a Master Emerald with Knuckles, because that's his thing, bro, that's his thing. I'm just gonna quickly go to the next one, because there isn't really much to say outside of these promo pictures, where there's only a singular promo picture, so here's another one. Let's check out Metal Sonic. Once again, Metal Sonic looks very similar to his Bendy by Jakks. Not too much of a difference here, aside from, of course, the articulation. What I really am sorry to see is that he looks like he's just matte painted again, which sucks because that is what Tomy did, and the later run of the Jazzwares Metal Sonics also did this, despite their very first one having a metallic finish, which is so much better looking on the figures. He comes with his accessory is, what is that, the trap spring, I think? I wonder if that's going to function similarly to the bounce spring that comes with Sonic, like it has a little play feature where it pops up and down. Aside from that, I can't really... There isn't much to talk about with Metal Sonic aside from he looks good, his articulation's probably good, no elbows once again, so that looks like it's going to be a trend for the rest of this line, which I really hope they just find a way to work in elbow articulation somewhere. As the line progresses, we get more characters, which would be great. The next figure we're going to take a look at is another repack of Sonic, which, you know, for lines like this isn't, like, crazy. We're going to have to expect repaints of certain characters that are extremely popular, especially since Sonic is the title character of the entire series. So this one has a smiling face, and he comes with a board, which is pretty cool. I don't see any peg holes or anything like that, so I can't imagine how he would be able to balance on it or have a play feature of some kind. Aside from that, it's good that there'll be enough Sonics in circulation for people who really want them. Maybe you could pop off the heads and switch his expressions, that'd be really cool. But we're gonna have to just see. Moving on to the next one is Tails and a Speed Shoes booster. I like how they keep giving Tails the special items or the power-ups. He doesn't look too much different. Like, I can't even tell what's the difference between this one and the one currently out right now. But like I said, they need to pad out the waves, I guess, to cover production costs or however these toy manufacturers like to operate. So Tails, literally nothing to say. It's the same Tails. Cool. I found this really interesting interview with Craig Drobis, the SVP of Voice Action Figures from Jakks Pacific, where he was asked a bunch of questions about the various lines he's in charge of, some being World and Nintendo. I'll link it below. You guys can check it out if you want to know all that, but I specifically highlighted the Sonic stuff, where people brought up very, very interesting questions. First one asks about Mephiles of all characters, which would be cool. I think a figure of him would be amazing. I'd buy it in an instant. But he kind of like sidesteps the question, which I guess is just the corporate thing to do. And he talks about how they're moving forward with the articulation line, basically, and how they're open to more characters, but first they have a lot of retreading to do. Hence the damn extra Sonic and Tails already in the second wave. But can't complain. If that funds the production of other figures, like, can't be mad, right? He also talks about Rouge, Cream, and Omega, and gives pretty much the same answer. Expect them to listen to fan interest, listen, quote unquote. That means you say whatever you want. Big the Cat, that pirate robot from Sonic Rush Adventure, what was his name? Captain Whiskers or whatever. Throw your characters to the wall and they will ignore them and make more Sonics instead. But jokes aside, it looks like the really interesting tidbit of information I've got from this interview was that they're waiting for the bendies to sell out so that the articulated figures can replace them in stores. So if you guys were worried about not finding them now, that's probably because they just want to chuck all the bendy ones before we get the actual meat and potatoes, you know? So expect them to come out soon. I mean, their projected release was in August after all, and even in this interview he says that they've been coming out a little bit earlier, so the second wave should be right around the corner, so I hope everybody's excited for that. Support this line if you want characters. I'm not saying we're gonna get Mephiles, because even Sega doesn't even know Mephiles is a character anymore. But let's get that Rouge and Omega, please. One Master Toy licensor can get to them, I believe. Aside from that, there isn't much to talk about else with the progression of this line. There's a smaller 2.5-inch wave coming out relatively soon. It's gonna have a Chow. That's neat. But aside from that, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what Jakks has waiting for us around the corner, maybe next year. And that's really it. I just wanted to update everybody on the ongoings. Like I said in my last video, like, subscribe, favorite, that's not a thing anymore. Add to playlist, I don't know. But I wanted to get a video out this week because I'm pretty proud of the consistency. And you guys really blew up that last Jakks review I did, so please keep it coming. Give me your feedback in the comments. Stop motions are coming, but it's nice to just have other things to talk about and that aren't as stress-inducing or hard to make. I guess that's it from me. Lifeline out. Like, favorite, subscribe.